What instantly makes you attracted to someone? Conversation. I can't get a conversation going with most girls, but with some rare ones, it's easy to talk for hours. Those are the ones I'm most attracted to. This is one of those things that is a must for a partner. Easy to talk to. I prefer those who are quiet. Then I don't feel the need to talk. I'm not even sure I want kids of my own, but when I see a guy kneel down to talk to a kid and make fun conversation, my ovaries explode. My husband consistently gets really touchy with me after I talk about everything I did with our son during the day. He is always telling me that being a good mom is the most attractive thing I could do. He said that one of his favorite sights was watching me haul a car seat with a person inside and a large stroller down a flight of narrow stairs. So I think it's a human thing. I also get wacky when he does the same. Genuine kindness. I still remember this girl I met around a year and a half ago. I probably had a total of an hour around her, and only talked to her in a group setting. But the way she showed true interest in what I or anyone else was saying, and the way she exuded positivity, and the way she seemed to be a genuinely happy person that wanted happiness for those around her, even those she just met, was what made her not just instantly attractive, but also so memorable. She was certainly pretty, and I probably would have still found myself attracted even if her personality were more negative. But her personality made her much more attractive. She left an impression on myself as well as a friend of mine I was with at the time. We still bring her up from time to time because she was the exact kind of person I'd try to raise any children of mine to be. This is really beautifully written. She sounds like a wonderful person. I want to embody that. Makes me wish this was about me. Thanks for sharing. If she has interesting things she's passionate about and likes to talk about. True, if a girl is just passionate about something, it will interest me even if I have no idea what they are talking about. Exactly, if a girl has a hobby that really impassions her, I'm all over it. Too many people just watch TV, take pictures of themselves, drink, work and sleep as their entire existence. They're languid. That look of, I know exactly what's happening and I allow it. Unhurried, not rushed, a patience born from apathy or experience or fascination. I want to know more, I'm interested. Sexy as hell. My lethargy is the last thing I would have expected someone to be attracted to. The way they smell. Sometimes it could even be a bit of a bad smell, like they have been sweating and they just have that musk. Does smelling like fries work? I work in a fast food. I used to work with this girl doing manual labor, and she never wore deodorant, and would sweat a lot, and would stink by the end of the day. But at the same time her smell drove me wild. If they smell good, not just run-of-the-mill good, but spectacular good. Recently ran into an acquaintance that I hadn't seen in 13 years. Not classically attractive, but he smelled like fir trees and vanilla after a hard rain. Oh, my God. He could have had a hatchet in his head and I would have wanted to tear off his clothes. Unfortunately, this was under professional circumstances and the ripping off of clothing would have been frowned upon. C'est la vie. Intelligent conversation. Any person who can thoroughly explore all the sides of an idea becomes instantly attractive to me. Let's thoroughly explore this. To present another side of that idea, unintelligent conversation can be attractive too. Nothing more sexy than a blank stare and mouth breathing. Or to add another perspective, moderately intelligent discussion can be attractive too, like talking about the weather, or, how about that local sports team? A choker or an anklet. Combine that with a sundress, and I may have to sit for a few minutes. That's looks, though. Personality-wise, confidence, intelligence, and passion. At first I thought you were attracted to felons with ankle monitors and sundresses. You're the only one who really gets me. When girls wear oversized sweaters where the sleeves cover up their wrists and a bit of their hand. Didn't know I found this so attractive until someone put it into words. When they're humble. I feel like a lot of the men I meet try to act like a-holes for some reason. A smile and the ability to laugh at themselves is refreshing. I mask my self-pity through self-deprecating jokes. Does that count? As long as you come off as confident doing it, sure. Works for me at least. Their vibe. I don't know if I can be any less vague than that. It's just there will be something in the way they speak, the way they carry themselves, just something. I fell for my last crush while we were idly chit-chatting about nothing in particular, and all of a sudden she became the most gorgeous woman in the world. Back in college, I knew a pair of identical twins. They looked alike, dressed alike, nobody could tell them apart. One was nonetheless significantly more attractive to me than the other, and I always knew which one I was speaking to immediately. So, some nebulous aspect about the person that I have no idea how to qualify or quantify. Look at this dork, he won't last a week here. First words my future wife said about me before she got to know me. Been together almost 15 years now, she will never live it down. Those words made me try even harder to prove her wrong. Confidence. My husband was confident and funny when I first met him. He carried a conversation well and met my eyes during the conversation. I was hooked. Then I stalked him for weeks, wearing him down until he finally surrendered. He had no idea what a bad idea it was to chat with me. Intelligent conversation. I personally don't mind talking about random things you've seen and heard throughout the day, but when I'm being given information I've never heard of before and explained really well, I find it hugely attractive. Their originality. That sense of powerful energy when you walk past them, knowing you just walked past a person who might be a mental challenge to you, that you're so intrigued to get to know the person in their head, behind that sharp stare and confident eyes. When someone playfully argues with me, I like to give someone a hard time, and if they can dish it back out, it's attractive as hell. When someone is sincere about their conversation and including everyone in the conversation, it shows humility while being social at the same time. There's this girl who is seriously good looking, but never spoken to her, so had never been attracted. One day she was beside me speaking with someone else. I don't even remember what she said, but it was with such a panache that I thought I would marry her pig in a poke. Selflessness and compassion. My boyfriend and I went to a frat party recently, and while we were both a bit tipsy, we witnessed a big guy who was wasted start vomited and passing out. Boyfriend dropped his drink and ran over to hold him up and tried to get some water down him, asking around for a nursing student to see if they should worry about alcohol poisoning. I've seen him do the same thing since then. Both times it made my heart swell, because he dropped everything to ensure the safety of someone he didn't even know and that wouldn't remember his kindness the next day. Always date somebody you want to be more like, kids. When a girl is genuine, I mean, like, don't pretend to like the things I like for a chance to be with me. If I say I like video games and you say you do but then get mad when I play them, you lied, don't like them. A girl that asks questions as much as she talks about herself. It's great when someone tells you about themselves, just remember a conversation is two-sided. Accomplishments, oh God. A strong-headed girl with determination and the will to learn. It shows she is willing to grow as a person, and if she does that, the relationship will grow too. Plus, a girl with determination is so hot. When someone's been through a lot, and they're still unabashedly caring and optimistic. I think the first time I had a crush on someone in high school was when a girl had me read an essay she wrote about her parents' divorce and ongoing custody battle, and just by knowing her casually you'd think she'd had the upbringing of a princess. Her family was rich, so that's not much of an exaggeration. Introverted and distant, but with hints of awesome underneath. Usually ends up being nothing special once you get to know the person better. But that initial impression that someone is cool as fuck, but doesn't feel the need to show it off, is an instant plus in my book. Glasses. I don't know why, but glasses just make girls prettier in my opinion. When he doesn't bail when conversations get slightly deeper, and by that I don't mean philosophical, I mean conversations that makes you take a second to see the world anew, and when he takes the time to give a thoughtful response instead of playing video games mindlessly, and when he helps me get to know myself and my own ideas through these conversations. I'm really missing that in my life. Also a sense of humor, obviously. What instantly makes you attracted to someone? Leave a comment and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this one.